John, good to see you. I think it's fair to say that things are looking pretty good right now. How's things with the lads and anything picked up the other night, injury-wise?
No, just a couple of little niggles, and to be honest, mate. But all the lads are great. You're asking how they are. The dressing room's good at the moment. Said we've had a decent month. Had some good results. But that's down to a lot of hard work on the training ground. Keeping that momentum. As I said, we've just got to keep that going. So everyone's all right up to now. And it's mad the way the injury list just comes down and everyone's, well, we're all doing well, aren't we, at the minute. So, but there's nothing given out, is there, in the beginning or the middle of December, if you like. So we've just got to keep working hard, keep going forward.
Funny, isn't it? When things are going well in football, it can change your life, from the chairman to the manager to the players to the supporters. Everyone feels that bit better.
It does, mate. It does. As I said, it's like it's a different feel, isn't it? Because winning games are everything, and it means everything can different to different people for whatever that is. So yeah, there's a different feel about the place. We knew we'd get there. We've just got to keep that going now. The momentum we've got to keep that going, because, as I said, there's nothing achieved. You've won 3 points in your last game, which was a great win against Harrogate. Any points away from home is great, but to get 3 is fantastic. So we challenged the lads on that one, and we got over the line with that one, and it was a good performance and 2 very good goals.
How's the team looking after itself right now then? If you're winning games, you're certainly not losing games, John. Does it look after itself, your selection, so much more? Or do you still have those selection headaches before games that you think, what should I do here?
Yeah, I think you're always thinking that, Andy. I think if you've won the game, you analyse how you've won it, how the team have played collectively, individually, how they've gone about their job, how they've contributed. And I think it's easier to pick a team after that and keep the same again and same again. But I think with the busy period coming up, and as you've seen, we rotated, and you've got to look after them, because all of a sudden, it's the demands of the game, and it is hard. We're putting training sessions on for them, and they're putting them through the paces, and then they're putting the shift in. So you've got a squad for that. You have to rotate, and it's not about people losing form. It's not about anything like that. And the lads know that, and it helps when you're winning games, because everyone can stay a little bit more buoyant and what have you. And so it is easy to pick a team, but at the same time you've got to get that balance right. And I think with the busy schedule coming up, I think hopefully, like Tuesday, we got it right. Lads coming on still having an impact anyway in the game, so the selection becomes easier, if you like, but at the same time, as I said, you just got to rotate and look after them.
It's funny, you have this conversation with coaches, managers up and down the county here, John, that a lot of people say gone are the days that players can play 46 games. You remember working with John Coleman when you won League Two. I think you were unchanged for about 2.5 months, weren't you?
Yeah, well, John had a thing, did he, where, even when you were named sub, I think it was so funny in the dressing room at the time, because even the subs looked disappointed, because they thought, I've got no chance of getting on. But it worked. It worked for John, worked for us then at the time, which was really good. But the lads produced, didn't we? had that many 1-0 wins. We just ground results out. I think it was different. But we went through behind the scenes. We had certain lads who rested for quite a few days as well, and that worked. So if that wasn't working at the time, they probably wouldn't have got in the team. But, it did. They got on the pitch if they hadn't trained for a few days, and then they produced what they produced, scored goals, assisted, kept the ball out the back of the net. So it was an easy selection, but yeah, gone at them days, I think, where everyone just plays a load of games on the bounce, if you like, and 46 would be something else, wouldn't it?
Are you still looking at players who are not playing, though, who are visibly disappointed if they're not in your 11?
Yeah, you've got to, because they're the most important ones, because, the ones obviously on the pitch are the ones who are important, because they've got to go and play the games, but you've got to keep them happy as well at the same time. And I've said in the past, with us not having a 21s or a reserve team, whatever you want to say, it's important that we try and get the sessions up, keep them up to speed. But you can have bounce games like we have, but there's nothing you can't replicate, and it's difficult. So some of them have gone out on loan, 1 or 2 have gone out on loan, so they need to, and that's not out of sight, out of mind. We get the reports back, we speak to the managers, speak to other coaches about how they've played and what contribution they've done to that where they've gone on the loan type of thing. So I think you've just got to make sure that they're ready, and it's unfair, because when you do put them on and they haven't played any games, or they've only played bounce games, it's difficult. So it's difficult to get them up to speed. Going about bringing loan players in, and Paddy Madden, for instance, when we brought him in, I said to everyone at the time, he's got training legs, but he hasn't got game legs, and then he's got to get up to speed, and then you know, he's up to speed now, and everyone's seeing the fruits of his labour.
Are you seeing a big difference now? He's got those game legs.
Yeah, well, you can see that in his game. Not just his goals. The one he scored the other night was fantastic. Great header, great ball from Doolan, great move. But you can see in his link-up play, you can see he's sharp, and you can see his work rate off the ball. You know, not just him, he has an impact on everyone else in the team. You know, he's doing that, Sean Morley's doing that. They're defending from the front, they're pressing people, they're forcing errors, and then that gets you up the pitch, and everyone's jumping on things. So it's infectious. But as I say, going back to them lads who need to come on and have an impact. If they haven't been playing, then you've got a bit more patient with them, but they'll get the chance. And as I said, if they don't, it's a case of they have to go out on loan, because we have to look after them. And the right thing to do is put them out on loan. It's not that we're trying to get rid of players. They can play, we've got callbacks on them, so you know that's what we have to do.
How key are those experienced ones that you've got right now?
Oh, massive. You know, you can go right through the back line. You know, you've got Faz in there, haven't you? You got either side of him. You got Ben Ward, you got Devon learning the trade and doing really well alongside him. And then you know you've got Sean Morley, you've got Seamus Keneally. You know, we spoke about Seamus last night. He's just Mr. Accrington Stanley, isn't he? He gives you everything. You know, and you've got Paddy. So the experience on the pitch is brilliant, but off the pitch, you know, the little bits that the fans don't see on the training ground. You know, Paddy and Sean talking to young players, doing a little bit with them and stuff like that. And that experience is great for us.
This game's got the makings of a real good one, hasn't it? Two informed sides.
Yeah, they're going well themselves, Bromley. So, you know, they had a good win midweek themselves. I think it was Crawley 3-1, and then the last away game they lost at Walsall 3-1, I think it was, as well. So, yeah, it'll be tough. We know what the challenges are, and we're looking forward to it.
They've taken to it well, haven't they, League Two? Yeah,
they have. They had a good season last year, and then they've kicked on this year. So, as I said, we can't wait for it. It was, you know, obviously what happens down at their place, and then we had, I think it was Storm Dara here, which wasn't a great game. I think they scored a free kick that just went straight in. So, you know, we know what the challenges ahead with them.
Got 3 out of 4 games here before the turn of the year, John. That must be great for you and your training plans. That you're not. Yes, you travel next week, of course, but to be playing at home in the Christmas fixtures, how pleasing is that?
Oh, it's great. Well, you target them games as well, so we're looking forward to them. You know, we can't wait to get into the Christmas period ourselves, but you know, as I said, our focus right now is Bromley, but it is good, Andy, as you say. And
with the supporters here, the home games to come, if some supporters haven't anything to do tomorrow afternoon, you know, what's the rallying cry, John, for some of the guys who potentially have fallen out of love with football a little bit and maybe are thinking, might go to Stanley this weekend?
Well, if it's their home-time club, I think, you know, most of them are the fans that do come, and they have fallen out with love of football, as you said. I think they should come down. I think they should support the team. I think no matter what, you've got to support your team through thick and thin. You know, I know people have other things and other priorities, if you like, because of the Christmas period. But as I said, it's at the minute, you know, everything's going well. You know, you're winning games, you've got momentum. So they need to hopefully get behind the team, get behind the club, and keep us going.
You know what it's like when it's bouncing, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen it. Brilliant, whether it's done on league days or whether it's you know, when we won the league or whatever, or you achieve things in League One. So the place is rocking, there always is, and even on Tuesday night, to be honest, the fans there on Tuesday were great. You know, they travelled, and you know, it was a horrible night, wasn't it? It was windy, it was raining and what have you, and they came in the numbers then, you could hear them right through the game. So all I've got is pats on the back to the fans. Just got to keep coming and support us, especially through this busy period.